I love ya. Ekasao. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Here. I love ya. Good afternoon. This is Yeyefini and the power of you. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yes, you are in the power of you. It is so good to see you, each and every one of you, on this wonderful platform. Today is Ose Obatala. Today is Obatala's day. And so we are here just being so grateful and doing the things that we are meant to do. Yes. I have on my Obatala sweatshirt, t-shirt today. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the power of you. Obatala's day. The day that God has created for us to find the place of peace. Today, we want to talk about if you don't have all the answers, trust God. God got the plan. When we are in a place where we are assuming that because the answers don't come when we feel and we've done the ritual or we've called the people and we set ourselves up, that the numerology, everything is in place and it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. During this time where there is so much distraction, this is a new year coming with a new energy, a new political situation. The political soul, our soul, the 9 souls that we have, one of them is the universal soul. We have our sexual soul, our cultural soul, and this is our political soul. This is the soul, the energy that is around us now in this year that is allowing us, compelling us to look within and find the place. Things are going to come back to us. Things have happened to me that are just unbelievably beautiful. People that have worked with me in the past, people that I've seen in the past are now coming back, and I can decide, no more, bye. Or come back and, nice, come back. So see, I don't spin the block. Y'all know that. I don't spin the block. But if you come back as a way of me knowing there's another way of looking at things, I'm good with that because it's God coming to show me. I ain't coming to put you back in my heart now. And so here is the thing. What we're doing today is talking about if you don't have all the answers, what's going on in the universe today, in the world, with the politics, the ending of one war, the creation of another way of looking. A lot of projects have been cut, monies have been cut, educational programs have been cut. This is what happens when a new order is established. That's normal. But if we have had the moment of feeling that, we are not being heard, and that this is the end of all times and we're just going to do horribly, all my new hashtag is, what would your ancestors do? What would your ancestors do? What would our ancestors do? What did the ancestors of everyone, when you found yourself in a place of challenge, you go in and you come out. There's a thing on CBS, PBS called The American Experience. Powerful. Look at it during this Black History Month. It is talking about all of the things that African American people have been through. The migration and how we started new things from Reconstruction. We started in the 40s. We started after the war when there were needs for new jobs. To make new machinery and new equipment, and there were not enough laborers. People came from the South in droves and took over, like in Detroit, the manufacturing companies in Detroit. The cars were made, the hands that were made. There were not enough people coming out of the war that were able to, and Black people, they were moving up South to take their hands. And from that, we created. From the loss you create. So this is where we are now. From what's going on outside, give thanks that some of these projects are being cut. Give thanks that some of the things that is making us feel like, oh my God, this is the end of it. We got to get off the free titty. It's time for you to get off the free titty. This is the time for you to come in and see that God got your highest and best good. So if you don't have the answers to where you're going to go, what's going to happen, my job, my situation, my children, our ancestors, the black and brown people, and everyone else have always taken the less to make the most. God may not show up and may not show you the answers now, but trust that it will turn out better than you think. So what's going on right now is going to turn out better than we can possibly think. The reading of the year for the African and the diaspora said that this is a time for religion, for faith, for African spiritual practitioners to come together. Show the power of Orisha, show the power of ancestors, make rituals so that women can get married and women can have babies. Come together so men will marry. Come together and write a different type of music. Now, this was done in the first of the year. We didn't get the clip about what programs coming up. That was in January sometime. So the ancestors knew. All we got to do is use the medicine. The medicine is whatever it is that makes you feel like you need to go to the next level. That's your medicine. Is it abuse? The next level. Is it fear? The next level. And the next level is looking to the part where you know that everything is going to be okay. Open your eyes, look at what is not being said, and look at what the benefits are. All of us came through the universal timeout. I started this OREIASK now because of the universal timeout. I couldn't reach all 5 of my temples. We lock it down, came online, and look at you. Y'all are here today. I started something else with the power of you. There are so many things happening. That's what we're here to do, is to remind you that whatever it is, that if you have lost your job or because you are working in whatever department and there is a shift in Pluto, don't let me get into astrology. Come back, yeah. Oh yeah, the energy of change is upon us. Oh yeah is the kingmaker. So get your crown and put it on your head. This is telling us that this is a great time. I'm not giving you pie in the sky situation. We are talking about real. When we came out of Reconstruction, we had senators and all of that were of our race. When we came out of the 40s, with the war ending, we established the order of who was going to run with what. We learned machinery. We taught machinery. When Mary McLeod Bethune did not have a way of having ink, they wouldn't even give her ink. She said, I got this. She went and got berries, made her own ink, started teaching her children, made a blackboard from cardboard. Baby, that's what your ancestors would do. Our ancestors take it to the next level, baby. So this is a great, great time for us to look at, if God may not show you the answer now, trust that it will turn out better than you think. We have a pet podcast coming up today. Join us. Join me, Efunbolade Maxi, as well as our minister who practices both faiths. The reason that I wanted to do this is because when the Odu came up for the reading of the year of the diaspora, well, first the reading of the year of the world was Oshun and Olokun said, we got to learn how to love each other. And we got to love ourselves enough to know that there is medicine for you. You are not a victim. Use the medicine out there and find a place of loving each other. We got to fall in love with ourselves again. We got to love Black men. We got to love Black women. We got to make sure that our children see this in their households. The thing that black men are not marrying black women, that's a lie. They say 80% of that is a myth. So we need to recalibrate, and know we love our black men. Our black men love our black women. And find yourself the joy rather than saying, oh my God, what's on television? Baby, cut it off. We are in a state of recalibration. Make sure that you are doing it. Come to the webinar. You do not want to miss it. It is amazing. It's talking about spirituality. How is it that we can work in different faiths, different categories, and still come together? When I saw the Odu, it was my Odu that came up for the reading of the diaspora. And I said, okay, you got to do something about this, because if your Odu is, and that's why when you're in front of Ifa and your Odu come, you have to prostrate in front of your shrine, because that Odu is back on earth. The one that gave birth to you is now on earth. So when it came, I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do something, because this is my Odu manifesting, saying, you got to do something. You can't just talk it. You got to walk it. And I said, well, I'm going to take my platform and encourage us as practitioners or people who know African spiritual systems to come together, love each other, work together, use our ebos, our rituals, our magic, our science to pull our community together. My biggest thing is, can we take us to the place of unifying ourselves, in spite of whether you're Lukumi, you're Isheshe, you're Condomble, you're Santeria, whatever you want to call it. Let's do the friggin' ebo. Let's do the ritual. Let's do the reading. Let's make together. I remember in I think it was like 2015, I started this thing that we would keep Obatala wearing white for 16 days before the festival. After that, another organization took it up and wear it white. It was wonderful. It was wonderful, because after that, I didn't have to continue saying, remember to wear white. No, it took an energy of its own, and it was an energy of peace that we were working on. That's the kind of power that we have to come together. Come today at our podcast. You'll learn all of the tools that we're asking you to come together so we can do ceremonies, services, that we are going to be able to get the free money. We're going to be able to get the community involvement. We will be able to. And my biggest thing that I'm focusing on is we can do the prayers and the rituals for 3 months. That's all we're asking. So that this summer, when sometimes when we get distracted, we start fighting in the streets and burning down our communities. That's my biggest thing why I'm involved in this, in making us know that we got a different way of approaching what we call fear. Fear is not real. It is just what is appearing to be real. So let's get in here. Use your medicine. And when you think that you don't have the answers because you prayed and, oh God, they don't cut off the program and so, we're going to march on certain departments. Really, baby, recalibrate. Everything that's coming to us is coming so that we can look like an owl and just shift your head and see what it is. This is Obatala's day. Hug ourselves. Hug yourself. Know that if you take care of you, everybody will take care of themselves. So God is getting us in gear to know that the things that are going to happen this summer, that sometimes is organized, let's say sometimes, the actions is always a reaction to something else. And so let's not get in the place of feeling, oh my God, what's happening with the economy? We don't have jobs. We have done this before. Massive migration. This is epic year. So get together with your communities. Stop fighting amongst each other, trying to blast on each other's names and categories. Get the rituals together and get our community together. That's what we need to use our energy on, not mouthing. Let's do this. We can do this. Getting together where you can formulate concepts that's going to strengthen us. That's going to bring us jobs. That's going to bring us moving in together. That's going to cause people who don't have a home to move in with other people. We did this before. Renting rooms for people who don't have a home. We can do this. We can do this because if you don't have all the answers right now, it's because God is not ready for us to know. God is watching us to see how are we going to recalibrate. How are we going to use the medicine? How are we going to teach ourselves, reprogram ourselves that what was working is no longer working? How are we going to come out of this? They had us walking 6 feet apart, and we got more unity together behind of that. Let's come together, bless our community so that this summer we have a place of great expansion, not putting our boys and girls in prison and beating them over the head because they're reacting because there was no plan. In the Black community, we have to look around. Who are the leaders? Create. You are the leader. You are the leader. You don't need one person to direct you. You have the power of God and the power of ritual and the power of service. So let's move forward. God may not show you the answers now, but trust that it will turn out better than you think. That's how we did when we came into the universal timeout. I was freaking out in California, feeling, oh my God, I never lived like this. And look at all of us now. The number of people who are in my program, who are getting initiated, who are following me, who are telling their families, bringing their children. We have one student that she had readings for everybody in her family. That's what the reading of the year said. Make sure everyone in your family is getting a reading. They had 13 people in that family, and everybody got a reading. Some got a reading for the children. And on my platform, we have specialists for children. We have specialists for teenagers, for the mothers, readings for their marriage. I'm surprised they didn't get the dog read. But those are the people that are using the medicine. The reading of the year says use the medicine. All the teenagers, the grandkids, everybody was being thrown in the mix. The mama, the grandma. Can you imagine that? Yes. It's because you know that through ritual, you can shift the energy. When your children walk out of the door, when you walk out of the door, when your grandma walk out the door, you want everybody to be covered. And covering means doing your offensive work so you don't have to go defensive. You doing your offensive work. Your offensive work is to bathe yourself, prepare yourself, talk to your ancestors, do your meditation, come to the power of you, come to my webinar, go on my website and get the free downloads of how to set up an altar, how to do whatever. If you feel that you are under attack, shut your doors and arm yourself. Arm yourself. Shut your door. Don't welcome in negative energy. And people say negative things. Don't entertain that. That doesn't have any sense. Because they're just reacting to their fear. So today when we do our meditation, I have a beautiful, beautiful prayer that comes from the Odu of Ejiogbe and from Awarding Bay. Awarding Bay says, and this is the book that I'm using, Awurela, Guide to Spiritual Supplication, Yeyefini Eleburibon's book. Beautiful prayers, beautiful incantations. So we're going to do the prayer over antagonists. Antagonist, someone trying to antagonize you and make you feel that you are in these streets by yourself. You are not in these streets. I remember if you saw one of my little clips here, shout out to Keisha Hunter that does all of my social media things. She be doing some stuff. There's one that I said, we don't believe in sin. There's no thing that says that you're sin. But when you're desperate, that's a sin because it will make you sell your mama. Okay, so we are going to do the prayer for over antagonists, things, situation, places that are antagonizing you. Baby, ain't no such thing because there are words, there are service, there are rituals. Can you imagine? There's always been an antagonist. There's always a negative and a positive, a right and a wrong, a yes and a no in life. So we're going to do the prayer during the meditation. Oludumare is my desire for my success, right? Oludumare is going to be awarding Shogbe comes from, it says, the dove is the one that flaps its feather like a drumstick in the forest. Ifa divination was performed for Akalal Popo, Papo, that one that is working against Barapetu, aka Orumila. Someone was working against Orumila. Ebo is what Barapetu was told to make. Whoever is working against me, the blade of Ifa will shave off their head. The sword of Owaring Wiring, mighty sword of Ifa, never fails in beheading the evildoers. You put your prayer out there and let it fall where it may. So if they're snipping and cutting and programs and all of that, those are antagonists, but they're not. They are blessings in disguise. They are Orumila and Obatala and all of the Irumole's way of getting our attention. I'm not going to try to do the Yoruba part of it because the tones and that sometimes may be a little difficult. But this is what it says here that we're going to do in our meditation. Oworin Shogbe, which is Oworin and Ogbe and Ejola. Koko Eti Asho, the master diviner, cast Ifa for Yerepe that will rescue herself and other trees in the forest. The tree that Yerepe tangled with is rescue from untimely death. We're not dying. So we are doing this for untimely death. The tree that Yerepe cling to has become rich. Baby. If we sacrifice to the gods, if we propitiate a shoe, we received happiness in return. As those enjoy who devoutly worship our ancestors, our Orisha and Ifa. Beautiful. Let me repeat it. The tree that Yerepe tangled with is rescue from untimely death. The tree that Yerepe cling to has become rich. If we sacrifice to our gods, if we propitiate a shoe, we receive happiness in return, as those enjoy who devoutly worship our ancestors, Ifa, and the Irumole. So let's go to worship and not whining and crying. And I will do the prayer while we are doing our meditation. So I want you to take a moment. I will say the words of the prayer, which is disarm all of the maleficent. And we're going to put not a curse, but a level of protection around us. That anything that's coming outside that's trying to hurt you, make you feel that losing your job is the end, making you losing your mate is the end, making you feel that you're alone by yourself and nobody cares and nobody knows. You're not alone. And that's what this prayer is for, the maleficent, those that I want you. Flip it back. So I just want y'all to take 3 cleansing breaths, and I'm going to invoke Obatala, Orishami, because this is his day. This is Ose Obatala in the Ifa calendar day. And just let me know, can y'all hear this? Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Can you hear Baba Mi? Obatala? Good. Ashe. Wonderful. Epa Baba mi Obatala. Obatala Baba mio, Orishala Ore mio. Obatala Baba mio, Orishala Mopueyo. Take 3 cleansing breaths, my children. Breathing in and releasing anything that are toxic. Epa babao. Osuni Lutala. Ochi Lutala. Oti Lutala Diteo. Shiona Baba Fumi. Shiona Fumi Jowo. See yourself under the white cover of Obatala and your aura. You're in a cocoon of Obatala's love. Yepa Orisha. Obatala. Oboyaki. Bo. Oriyun Baba. Tojo Baba. Yepa Orisha. Yepa Obatala. Yepa Orisha. Orisha. Yepa. Disarm all the maleficent power that is wrestling with the divine power and intervention in my life. I release myself from all stronghold that is hindering my progress. I break free of all bonds that hold me down. Break free from all things that is deterring my progress. I embrace your peace and I cherish your love. Ashe Baba. I break free of all bonds that hold me down. Break free from all things that is deterring my progress. I break free from all stronghold that is denying me access to my blessings. The matter that pains Ifa priests pains Ifa. The pains that pain ancestral worshippers pains the ancestors. The matter that hurts herbalists hurt Osain. The matter that pains the witches or the Iyami affect her inner power to defend us. Disarm all the maleficent power that is wrestling with the divine power and intervention in my life. I release myself from all stronghold that is hindering my progress. I break free of all bonds that hold me down. Break free from all things that is deterring my progress. I break free from all stronghold that is denying the access to my blessings. The matter that pains the Iyami affect her inner power. The matter that hurts the herbalist hurts Osai. The matter that pains the priests and priestesses of this faith pains Ifa. The disrespect pains Ifa. Olodumare, as we kneel and pour libation, we pray because you let my matter affect you. Let my situation draw mercy from you. Take us and take my case and advocate on my behalf. Ashe. So that is the prayer that we're doing. We don't have to beg because prayer without action is death. So we pour libation, we pray, and we stand up and we act. We come together and we use our faith not to fight each other, but to come together and do rituals to save ourselves and our community. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Obatala. Titi lai baba mi Obatala. Apo mi baba. Bobo jo. Emi omo tire Yeyefini. Juba yi. Ati moki yi baba mi Obatala. Ri. Baba mi Obatala. Bobo enya kikbo. Kini mo soro baba. Awapo yi tojua. Toju bobo omo kekere. Iya ati baba. Pwe awon baba lawo bobo o awo. Bobo iya losha. Bobo baba losha. Mu ire lorire. Mu alafia lorire. Ati mu ife lori okuntire. Adupeo. Baba mi Obatala. I pray, Baba, that we bless the children, the mothers, the fathers. We bless our heads for peace. We bless our hearts for love. And we give thanks this day. Ashe, Ashe. Remember, you have the power to be great. And I put in the link what it is that you need to link to so that you can go ahead and register for our workshop this evening. Moferefun Obatala, Moferefun, your ancestors. And we are going to come together at some point and wearing white by next Wednesday. We have the world. Go to my platform today, tonight, and you will see the rituals that we're going to be doing for the entire world, for our community in specific, and for our ilays, for our egg base, for us to have peace and harmony. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Odabo.